I think you might know which bird species we're gonna talk about today. Hi guys, welcome back. I hope you're all having an amazing day. I finally managed to take some decent detailed portraits of laughing kookaburras at the local nature reserve, and I thought I'd put a video together on this beautiful iconic Australian bird species. Most of the information that I'll be sharing is from birdlife.org.au. It's a great website with plenty of useful information on many bird species. It also has plenty of scientific and educational articles and also highlights the importance of conservation efforts through different initiatives. I can highly recommend you check it out if you're interested. Anyway, let's talk a little bit about the laughing kookaburras now. Laughing kookaburras can be found throughout eastern Australia, all the way from Cape York down to Wilson's Promontory. They've also been introduced in Tasmania and even Western Australia, where they breed in tree hollows that would be normally used by certain parrot and, for example, owl species as an introduced or invasive species. Unfortunately, they put undue pressure on those other creatures. Laughing kookaburras can easily be recognized besides that raucous cackle, their very distinctive characteristic call, by their plumage. They are generally off-white, faintly barred with dark brown and brown on the back and wings. The tail is more rufous, broadly barred with black. There's also a conspicuous dark brown eye stripe through the face. It is also one of the larger members of the kingfisher family. There is also a similar species to the laughing kookaburra, the blue-winged kookaburra. This species has much more color, much more blue in their wings, and they also lack the dark brown eye stripe a little bit about their habitat. Laughing kookaburras can be found almost anywhere where there are suitable trees, so they are not picky at all. Their diet mainly consists of small crustaceans, invertebrates, but they can also eat small snakes, small amphibians like frogs, even mammals and birds. Prey is normally seized by pouncing from a suitable perch. They easily swallow smaller sized prey, but with larger prey, they usually bash it against the ground or a tree branch and then consume it bit by bit. Just briefly about their breeding habits. Laughing kookaburras are believed to pair for life. The nest is usually a kind of bare chamber in a naturally occurring tree hollow or a burrow excavated in a termite mound. Both the male and the female share the incubation duties and care for their young. Other laughing kookaburras can help out during the breeding season as well. These are usually offsprings of the previous 1 to 2 years. Let's have a look at the recent portraits and also some older shots from my archive of this gorgeous species, along with some footage. In these first few shots that I captured back in 2017, you can see a couple of kookaburras right beside each other. One of them was devouring a witchetty grub. They are large, white, wood-eating larvae of different moth species. Interesting fact about the witchetty or witchetty grub is that it has historically been a staple in the diets of Aboriginal Australians. I really like the way these two kookaburras lined up in this image, the one in the front completely covering the head of the other while mirroring its body. These next 3 photos are that of a sub-adult or juvenile. You can see that it is slightly smaller than a fully grown adult and also looks a bit cuter. I'm really fond of the next several frames which I took in April 2019, mainly because of the beautiful soft light and the clutterless background, which resulted in decent separation of the subject. You can see different head tilts and slightly different angles and crops of the same specimen. In these next images, you will notice a couple of kookaburras holding a mouse in their beak. These are actually 2 different series taken at different locations and a different time. I've already shown you the images of the frog being on the menu, but here they are again one more time. These next 2 in-flight shots were captured in very dim light, so I had to up the ISO quite a bit. This laughing kookaburra had been perched on a TV antenna next door, and I managed to grab these successive shots after it had taken off. Here you can see a detailed clip of an adult preening itself. In this next footage, I really like the ambient light, which was really nice, highlighting the gorgeous colors of its plumage. This last batch I'm about to go through was taken just a few days ago. There are wider shots with more of the background visible and also tighter crops both in the horizontal and vertical format. I had to move around quite a bit just to make sure there was enough separation between the subject and the background, and I also tried to be careful as to not to scare it away, but it was pretty tame and wasn't really bothered by my presence. Luckily, even though the 1DX Mark II only has 20 megapixels, I still achieved some really detailed portraits, which I'm really stoked about. I decided to include these last few shots as well, where you can see some Australian ravens harassing the same specimen, which resulted in the poor Kookaburra having to flee the scene. This is it for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know which image was your favorite. Also, if you're new here, please consider subscribing. Check out all the different playlists that I've got if you are into nature photography and nature videos. Thank you so much for watching, and see you guys very soon in the next one.